Hey guys, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be tearing down the Bittboy and seeing what's inside it. Is it really worth it? And I've also got something pretty crazy to point out as well. But before we go into that, I want you to leave a comment saying what you got for Christmas. We've just had Christmas. Today is Boxing Day. I treated myself to this chair. It does a pretty crazy thing. So I'm going to segue into the next scene like this. So as we open up the box, I'm going to talk about what is pretty crazy about this Bittboy. So I was having a look around on AliExpress, which is a website that I'm sure you've all heard of. I've definitely mentioned it quite a few times. And basically a company was selling these off, and they weren't licensed with Bittboy on the name. They were selling them for £14. So for £14, right, this thing when it was first released was sold for about $45 to $50, I believe. And it's a pretty nice console, you know. It is actually quite a nice little thing. It's run out of battery at the moment. The games are very, very stock, very standard, nothing too good. A lot of it's just repeated stuff that we've seen quite a lot of times before on a lot cheaper consoles. So it's quite crazy how cheap this thing actually is. And also it uses the Gameboy Advance SP battery. So, which a lot of these kind of fake things actually do use this. So that's reduced the cost for them quite a lot as well. I thought we'd crack inside it and see what is actually inside. So it just uses the regular standard Phillips head screw. So I'm going to go ahead and just undo all of those and take them all out, and we'll see what is underneath. So this is the back piece. The plastic is relatively high quality, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from something around like £10 or £15. For £45, you know, it doesn't feel that good, but it still feels like a relatively solid piece of plastic, so I'll give them that. And it looks like we can just lift this up and everything will come out as a unit. So that's actually quite cool. The screen lens seems to actually have some fingerprints on it actually, or some sort of mark on there. The buttons are using quite a nice pads to actually press it down. It's quite a thick membrane. You've got the AV out there as well, which looks to be hand soldered. You've also got a nice little speaker, which does the job. Although it looks like there's some sort of double-sided sticky tape here, which hasn't actually been peeled off, which is quite interesting. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. The screen looks to be like hardwired in or something. I'm not sure how we get this screen off. We can definitely give it a try for the sake of the video. So the actual screen was held in with these kind of double-sided sticky tape square cube things, and they were just held on there. It was a little bit hard to get them off, and I did feel like I was going to break the screen. And then I finally got inside, and the ribbon cable really looked like it was hand soldered on, or it was done very, very cheaply. You can also see the chip there. I think that's probably the main chip. There wasn't any other chips really there, other than the one that was underneath that black blob. I also wanted to try and see if a Dmg button fitted inside the Bittboy, and it didn't fit from the top side, but you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like putting it in underneath. You could probably shave the outside and it would fit. The different action buttons as well, I wanted to see if the original Dmg button would fit in there, and it was just far too big. It didn't fit, and it was also far too long as well. You can see they kind of almost got the same colour. It would have been nice to have had the original D-pad in there, because the original Dmg one is black. Again, I should also remind you, for £45, you can pretty much pick up a Game Boy Micro, which is astonishing to think. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to see what is going to be inside the £14 Bittboy that I've ordered from AliExpress. So looking forward to that coming down. I'm not entirely sure what chip this used to actually work. I've taken some pretty close-up shots, so hopefully you guys can have a look. Some of you might actually know what that chip is and what it does. I'm definitely not going to say that it's worth £45. There is absolutely no way it costs more than about £5 for these things to be made. So yeah. Also, the other thing that I've always hated is the text, the font of the actual Bittboy. It's like a shiny standard like Arial text that you get on Microsoft Word. It doesn't look retro at all, so a big shame there. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got for Christmas. Remember to put a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.